Hey everybody, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Okay. All right. Are you in here, Joseph? Oh, there you go. Wait a minute. Oh, my hand's white. Okay, I'm gonna remove this one. That's probably why it's echoing. Okay. Okay, okay. This is what we're gonna do. I'm in too late. What the hell? Huh? I see. Okay. Okay. Yes, echoing. Yeah, cause is that coming from? I don't know where it's. Good morning. Good morning. Hey, Reese Cup. That's right. My Reese Cup is here, child. All right. Y'all, we're going to get started in a few minutes. As I'm talking to y'all, checking my text messages. Okay. Here we go. I get over here. Okay. Should I? Should I come over here? I think I'm gonna go over here today. Papa, say something again. Say something again.
Hey Monte.
Okay, there you go.
Hey Reese Cup.
There you go.
Hey.
Okay, I'm trying to be politically correct. Let me go back to my spot. This is my spot over here. All right. Okay. We're gonna get it together. Don't y'all worry, we're gonna get it together. Okay. Let me see. Oh, this is what I was doing. Okay. Okay, I got enough. Yes, charge. Hold on, y'all. Well, there we go. Oh, y'all, I'm sitting here trying to hook something up. Okay, here we go. Well, we got something interesting to talk about today, y'all. Something very interesting to talk about today. And thank y'all for joining me on the live this morning. I appreciate it. But that's not what we talk about today. That's done. That's over with. Okay. So, let me see. I have to go here. Okay. I gotta go here. And I gotta go to history. No, that's not it. Okay. Let's see. I gotta go over here. Okay. Well, I was watching a lot of stuff on YouTube last night. Do y'all ever watch YouTube at night? I watch it all. I can watch YouTube all night. There's so many different things that be on TV. I mean on YouTube at night. I'll be finding like new shows and stuff. Okay. Oh well. Child. They be having some crazy stuff on there. Like last night I was watching somebody said they found a mermaid. Child bye. Okay. Ooh, Joseph, I gotta show you this ice. Ooh, you gonna love that. We gotta try something like that. And y'all, next year, Joseph may do some ASMI. Is that what they call ASMIR, Joseph? I can't hear you, Joseph. You gotta talk into the mic. ASMR. ASMR. Is that what it is? ASMR? Okay. Joseph, is the mic next to you? Okay. Okay. No, take your time. Take your time. Wait a minute, I done passed it. I'm gonna play this clip now, y'all. I I could play it on the screen, but I don't want to do that simply because it is a. I don't want to get a copyright strike for it. I don't. I want to get a copyright strike for it. So I'm gonna play. Here it go right here. Yep, here it go right here. All right. All right. Let me see something. Okay. All right, y'all ready to get started? Hey, Auntie Pee Wee. Shout out to Auntie Pee Wee. What's going on? Good morning, everybody, and welcome to Morning Talk, the morning show with His Majesty's featuring Joseph and me, Lord Tramel McCray. Yes, that's right. That's Lord Tramel McCray. And again, let's give a special shout out to Reese Cup because now she is a lady. She's a lady, yeah. And shout out to Prince Monte, and Queen Auntie Pee Wee. Yes, shout out to all of y'all. Thank you, thank you so much, Reese Cup, for becoming a lady in the McCray Kingdom again. Yes, and thank you, Monte, for being the prince in the McCray Kingdom. Yes, we love you. We love you. Okay.
Hey everybody, before Tramel starts, let me just say this real quick. So those of you that were members or are members, the membership prices did change. Now, if you were a gold member, it automatically switched you over to a night. So your membership fee should only be $9.99 going forward. If you see you're still paying the $14.99, cancel it and rejoin as a night. But they left everybody that was a gold member as a gold member, as a night. Everybody else that had either a silver or a gold, silver or what was it? Silver
or gold?
Silver, gold,
and
or
platinum. Yeah, yeah.
So if you had a platinum membership, they left your membership alone. Your price should only be $9.99 going forward. Any other membership, silver or gold, it was canceled. So you have to rejoin either as a Lord or Lady or a Night. Lord or Lady membership is only $4.99 a month. The Night membership is $9.99 a month. So again, if you were a platinum member, it kept you as a member. Your price should only be $9.99 going forward.
Oh, good.
Everybody else that was either a silver or gold member has to resubscribe, rejoin the page because they canceled your membership because there is no more silver or gold. It's only a night or a lady or a lord.
Okay.
You know, a
okay.
lord or a lady.
Okay, and also with that being said, guys, today is $5 Cash App Day. So if you have $5, donate your $5 Cash App to the TheMKingz. Okay, this is $5 Cash App Day. We use that money so we can pay the bills. We did get the money to pay the StreamYard on yesterday, but we usually pay everything on the first of the month because it just works good that way. So today is $5 Cash App Day. Send your $5 Cash App to $the TheMKingz. Okay, if you can. If you cannot, it's okay. But those that can, thank you so much for your support. We appreciate you. Okay. And also, there's other ways to donate to the McCray Kings platform. Of course, there is, a super chat is good, but a Cash App is even better. because when you do a super chat, we don't get a big percentage of that money. Like if you donate $20, I think we get what, Joseph, about $5 or something. Yeah, so we really don't get anything out of that, out of super chats. But we appreciate them because they do help us. They do help us financially as well, but in a different way. Okay, so if those of you that can donate your $5 cash app to the $ TheMKingz. Okay. With that being said, we're gonna get on with the show. Now, I was going to play a clip for you guys, right? But I decided not to because I don't want to get Joseph, do you think I'll get a copyright infringement? Yeah, I don't want to do that. So I'm going to play the audio. Okay, I'm going to play the audio of this clip because I think this is an important topic for us to have a discussion about. But I'll read to you first what I'm going to about the story that I'm going to play for you. Now, just this week, what was it? No, it was last week, Thanksgiving Day. 42-year-old Marsha Chance lost her life after police say her son stabbed her. The son is now charged with felony murder, aggravated assault, and possession of a knife during the commission of a felony. Okay, so I'm gonna play a clip for y'all. Here we go.
Her son, Bath County Police found 42-year-old Marcia Chance was stabbed to death in her Valley Court just before noon today. 11 Alive's Andy Parati is there with more on what we know so far.
This is the home where police found a mother with multiple stab wounds dead. One neighbor tells me he and his family are in shock and cannot believe that it happened on Thanksgiving Day. When Samuel Sokol woke up this morning, he and his wife say they prayed for the health and welfare of their neighbors.
For some reason, we've been praying for our neighbors. For some reason, we just said, let us, once again, pray for our neighborhood, pray for our neighbors.
Just before Thanksgiving meal, police responded to the home next door. Inside, police found 41-year-old Marcia Chance stabbed to death. Her son now charged with felony murder. Chance's other son called 911.
Our hearts go out to the family members of this situation, and now a juvenile child without his mom or his brother.
Police arrived about noon, and it wasn't the first time law enforcement responded to the home.
There is significant history with the suspect at this residence.
Neighbors say the family lived there for years. Sokol says he didn't know them well, but he still grieves for his neighbor and their loss this Thanksgiving Day.
We feel really bad about it, but it's sad.
Authorities are withholding additional information about Miss Chance until family is notified. In the meantime, her son is in custody in the Gwinnett County Detention Center.
Of course, we will continue to follow the latest up.
Wow, that's something. That right there, that's a shock. This young man killed his mother on Thanksgiving Day. They said he stabbed her multiple times. Multiple times he stabbed her. This is, wow. It's like, wow. What can you say after something like that? After hearing something like that? That's deep. It is. That's deep. This brother is going to jail, and he's a young man. He's a young man, and the family is broken, y'all. The family is broken. The other brother, is the only one left. The mom is dead. She was a single mother. She had 2 sons, and one son stabbed her to death on Thanksgiving Day. When I heard this story, when I saw this story, I was like, what would make this young man do this. But y'all, I'm telling you, listen. This stuff is happening all over the country. I'm sorry, y'all, my phone dropped. This stuff like this is happening all over the country. And y'all, we had this conversation yesterday, and you know, we was laughing and joking and stuff like that, but it's really real. It's really real. These children, I'm like in total shock. How do you live with yourself after that? You got to live for the rest of your life knowing that you went too far and you killed your own mother, the woman that brought you into this world. You killed her. I mean, what must we do, people? Listen, when I saw this, I was like, I think about my mom. I could not. I think, listen, I think if I did something like that, I would just go ahead and kill myself. I'd have been dead by the time the police got there. I don't know. I'm trying to figure out what was going through this young man's head that he killed his mother, because they really didn't give no details about, what happened. And the neighbor said the police used to be at their house all the time. All the time. And then I think about my neighbors. You never know what's going on in somebody's house until something like this happens. You don't never know. You could be living next to somebody. I mean, like, y'all, when we first moved here, the neighbors told us, y'all, we didn't think nobody was ever gonna move into this house. Didn't they, Joseph?
Yep.
It was like the police used to be here every other night. I ain't never had no police come to my house.
The police are on the way.
Yes, bring your mama, Joseph. Y'all, this is unreal. Like, I don't know.
For the cash app.
I don't know where y'all, where you come from, but to me, this is so abnormal. But this is not the only, the thing that's shocking me is this is not the only story where something like this has happened. I think like after this video played, because this just recently happened on Thanksgiving Day. There was another young lady who killed her mother on Thanksgiving Day. It all starts, Joseph.
Did you see the video where the boy had the breakdown on Thanksgiving Day?
No.
And he flipped over the whole table with the food on it?
I ain't see that.
And threw the food at the father, because him and the father was having a fight?
No.
He flipped the table, and after he flipped the table, he slapped his father. First, he flipped the food table, and his father threw mashed potatoes in his face. He cursed his father out. Then he flipped the dessert table, so everybody was having a fit. Like, they can't eat now because the two of them are fighting. And he was calling his father all kind of names and telling him he hated him and that's what he gets and something, and then he left. I guess he left because that's where the video ended. But I'm sitting there like, I wish a kid of mine would flip. I mean, they had a lot of food.
I wouldn't know what to do, Joseph. He flipped
both tables over and told them all to go F themselves. He hated them all. And I'm like, well, what could have possibly transpired that, makes you want to do this on Thanksgiving Day?
It ain't even Thanksgiving Day. What makes you want to do that at all?
No, you know what you
What makes you want to do that at all? That's Joseph, that's your parent.
No, what I'm saying is I get, but I could take it better. I mean, Thanksgiving is supposed to be a day of happiness,
Right.
giving thanks, being with your family, enjoying everybody. So even if you were angry, like you shouldn't be that angry where you want to flip it and destroy it for everybody. So in my mind, it's like, well, what did your family do to you to make you want to act this way? It really had nothing to do. I mean, for me, Thanksgiving is a happy day.
Right.
So, like, even in the situation with killing your mom, what made you on Thanksgiving decide, you know what, today is a good day for her to die?
Right.
Like, why did you?
Well, maybe we don't know what sense he was thinking in, of course.
I mean, we don't know the backstory.
Right.
He could have been being abused and just got tired of her.
Right.
He could have been whatever. You never know. Like
they said that the police was regularly at that house.
Right. So evidently there was definitely a problem.
Right. We don't know if he had mental issues, but what I'm saying is this, and like I said, we were having this conversation yesterday about, disciplining your children in corporal punishment and things like this. For me, this is a possible, because I don't know the backstory, right? But this is possibly the result of corporal punishment. For all we know,
it could be.
For all we know, I mean, because Joseph, listen, I say this to you all the time, don't I? These children, like, I got nieces and nephews. They not cut from the same cloth as me because we didn't grow up in the same day and age. You get what I'm saying? Because, like I told y'all yesterday, my mom and dad, they used corporal punishment on me. Okay? But and I told y'all at that time I hated my mom and dad. I hated them. And so but I would never go as far, even as an adult. Like my mother is 76 years old, and she about 5. My mother about what, 5'4", Joseph?
Yeah, about that.
About 5'4". And I still, to this day, because that's the way I was raised, I still got that little teeny weeny bit of fear. But because that's my mama. Like, my mama can talk to me, and I look up at her, and it's like I'm 10 years old again.
But see, then you have a person like me that never had that fear. So you don't even have to. A lot of times, they don't even have to have corporal punishment. A lot of these kids nowadays just feel you ain't supposed to tell them no. Right. You ain't supposed to tell them no. They're supposed to do whatever the hell they want, and that's just going to be the way it is. Yeah, you're the mother, but you gonna listen to what I say because I got more control over my life.
You know what my sister Kelly used to say to my mother? She would say, "Mommy, I have rights. I have rights, Mommy. No, I'm not doing it, Mommy. I have rights." And like I told you, we had this Joseph. These kids will kill you. You take their cell phone. You remember them twins? Remember them twin girls in Atlanta?
And it don't even have to be that the parents are beating them. Right. It's just that these kids don't have no respect for nothing and nobody.
It seems like a sense of entitlement.
And that's because they see the problem is for me, what I think the problem is, I can't say what the problem is, but what I think the problem is that they want everybody to be a winner. It don't work that way in life.
Yeah, you know what?
Everybody to be a winner. Nobody can lose. We all get a trophy.
Yeah, I agree.
That's not life.
Right. And that's not real life.
Kids that no matter what you do, people are gonna accept you. People are gonna love you no matter what. Whether you come in first or last. And we all know that's not true.
Right. And we see growing up, we were told if you work hard, you can have whatever you want. Or if you're competing, you do your best and you get a reward.
Let me give you an example of that. When I first went to junior high school, my grandmother was very, all I got to do is wake up and cough and say, I want to stay home. She lets you stay home. Mm-hmm. So I was used to doing that in elementary school.
Right. I mean, we all did that, Joseph.
No. But I did it in junior high school. Mm-hmm. A day came, and I noticed that like a lot of my friends were all dressed up in blue and white and red ties, and the girls were dressed up all nice in their cute little Sunday school dresses.
Mhm.
And I'm like, well, what's going on? They all disappeared for like 2 hours, 3 hours, and then they came back with these little trophies.
Mhm.
And I was like, what's that? Oh, I got an attendance award because I've never been absent. And da, 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 da. I was like, oh, okay. Guess what it made me do?
What?
The next year, guess who got an award? The year after that, my leg, like it actually the same knee that I fucked up. My knee used to lock, right?
Mm-hmm.
And my Uncle Joey went to the school and he talked to the attendance teacher and he said he is refusing to leave school and he is in so much pain. But he wants this trophy so bad that he won't leave. Because he was here, if he leaves, will he still get the trophy? And the attendance teacher said yes, because he came to pick me up. And I refused to go home. And he was like, he said, oh no, he's made it. He's made it in time. So yes, definitely, if you're in pain, go home. But you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Just the fact that I saw that I had something, I can get a trophy, and I won it. I got it. I was pissed. I didn't know about it in the first year, but my next 2 years in junior high school, I got a trophy.
Right, because you saw a goal and you saw
exactly.
out to do it.
But guess what? If they would have gave everybody a trophy, no matter what, it wouldn't have gave me a reason to go to school.
Exactly.
It would have gave me a reason to strive to be better.
Uh-huh.
So I'm saying that to say, when kids are not all treated the same, like my niece, my sister was like, well, how do I know, what she's doing if you're not telling me? Oh no, we separate them. So we may put a little bit of the slow kids with her, but we don't really tell her that she's smarter than everybody else. My niece was like in 4th grade reading on the 6th grade level.
Mm-hmm.
But then they stick her with other kids because they don't want the kids to know that she's smarter than them. Like, okay, but what are you giving them to strive for? So, and I don't mean this in a negative way. This is just the way I'm saying it, please. So I don't want people to jump on me for saying what I'm saying. Okay, I'm not going to use the word I was going to use. And then, But, so what you're telling me is my kid is a little slow, but you're going to put my kid with a kid that's not slow and that's faster than mine. Mm-hmm. And that's supposed to help them how?
Right, I get what you're saying. Like, because when I went to school, I'm sorry. When I went to school, like I'll give you an example. Like when I was in 8th grade, and this happened from grade 2 through 8 when I was in school, and they had like the 4th grade. Like okay, let's say you're in the 4th grade. They had 4-1, 4-2, 4-3, 4-4, and 4-5, right? And the 4-1 children were the advanced children. They were the ones that were like straight A students.
Yes, and I was always
you know what I'm saying? And that's what I wanted to be with those kids. It wasn't that I wasn't jealous. I just felt that I had this responsibility to myself to push myself as far as I could. Like even with my music. When I was in school, I told you I played a different instrument every year because I was really passionate about music. You know what I'm saying? And I get what you're saying because you're right. We're on this ego. We put these kids on this ego trip, having them think that that's how life is, and that's not real life. When they get out in the real world, it ain't no everybody get the same thing. It's you got to work hard for what you want.
That's just like. Again,
and the parents come back. Oh, she was a little nervous. Can she take the test over again?
I don't. You know what?
Yeah,
I don't have a problem with a person being able to take a test again. Because 9 times out of 10, if you fail it the first time, you go fail it the second time.
But no, Joseph, that's not fair, though. It's not fair. When you in school, like when we had,
what I'm saying
finals,
if the teacher gives everybody that opportunity, it's fine. If you're just giving it to one kid because they're a little slow, then that's wrong. But if everybody has the opportunity to take it again.
Right.
But, I mean, if you fail it, I wouldn't. I mean, no. But, like, for example, again, with me, when I got to junior high school, we had, like you said, but then it was like 6 SPE1, 6 SPE2, 6 SPE3.
Mm-hmm.
So the school decided, well, if you're not smart enough to be in 2 or 1, let's get rid of 6 as PE3.
Right.
So all them kids went to 8, 7-1, 6-1, whatever, because that was the next highest level.
Right.
So I told you I didn't go to school my first year, but I made it into 7SPE2. Guess who got kicked out of 7SPE2 through 2 halfway through because my grades wasn't keeping up.
Right.
So nowadays they would have never did that. They would have never kicked me out because we can't let him know that he's not keeping up. Now they don't even do that. Now it's, oh, you're assigned to Miss Johnson's class. Oh, you're assigned to Miss So-and-so's class. Right. They don't even give the classes numbers anymore. Right. The classes are the teachers' names because they don't want the kids to know they either slower, and that ain't the word I want to use, but I'm using it to be politically correct. But I think it is so wrong that they set these kids up for failure from the door. Right. You're setting them up for failure because when they go out in the real world,
at home and at school and everything that they do, like Reese Cup, you're right. No do-overs in life. There ain't no do-overs.
And you have people that are natural competitors. Like me. I love a competition.
Yeah, Joseph,
you know me, Tremaine. If there's a competition, I'm going to do it. Right. Especially if I think I can win, I'm going to do it. And I'm going to get pissed if I lose. But guess what I know? I know that when I did it, I might not win. Right. So at the end of the day, whether I'm broken, whether I'm hurt, whether I'll go somewhere and cry, guess what I'm going to do? Next time, I'm going to get them sons of bitches. And I'm the first ball I ever walked. I hit the runway and got chopped. And I stood there and looked at them with my hands on my hips and said, are you serious? And they was like, yes, bitch. Get off the runway. I said, I bet you I'll make you know it next week. Okay. I walked another ball. I was runway. I came back like a bitch in the same outfit they chopped me in, bitch, and won. So that was my point, honey. You're not going to just chop me because I'm going to show you that I know what I'm doing and I do it motherfucking well. Right. And I dare one of you bitches to come down here and try to sit me down. Right. I love a competition.
And see, the difference between me and you is that me, on the other hand, I'm one of these people, if I'm not sure I'm going to win, I ain't doing it. You know, and I ain't never got chopped. Because I went in there and I was like, oh no, honey, you're going to, I'm like Jennifer Holliday, you're going to love me, honey. It's going to be very that. You know, but that's the type of competitor that I was because that's what my, you know, I got that from my mom. You know, my mom was always this competitive person and she always did things a certain way. Just like you, Joseph, like you was like, Joseph, and Joseph does it all the time. When he had the stroke, he was like, Tramel, I'm not walking with no cane. I'm not walking with no cane for the rest of my life. I'm going to walk again, and I'm going to walk without the cane. And he was like, I'm going to do it by my mother's birthday. It's like, oh, okay, Joseph. Okay. You know, and see, I'm saying this to say this. Y'all, what do we need to change? Because these children are really like, y'all, I don't want to do that. I don't want to attack a certain genre of children, but I have to say that these millennials have this sense of entitlement.
And Gen Z or Gen X,
Generation Z, they have this sense of entitlement. Like if they fail, it's like the whole world got to pay for it.
But that's because they were always taught they were always going to win. That's the problem.
Yeah.
If you keep teaching people they're always going to win and they don't know that you're not going to win all the time, that's the reaction you get. They're little tantrums.
Yeah. A little boy
go on tantrums and want to kill every fucking body.
Yeah, a little boy, a little 13-year-old boy, he killed his classmate.
Hey, Christine.
He killed his classmate because she won the spelling bee and he didn't.
Right, because they don't. It's stupid what they're trying to teach these kids now. As far as everybody wins, everybody's a winner. No, Because you too busy trying to make everybody feel good in motherfucking sunshine. And life ain't about feeling good all the time. And that's why so many people are fucked up by the time they become adults. Because you done sat there and lied to them and told them everybody's a winner. Everybody's a winner. And they try to find a job and they're, oh, well, we decided to go with somebody else. What do you mean you went with somebody else? You're supposed to hire me. Because you know what? That's what y'all embedded in them in school, that they're never going to lose, that they're always going to win, and that somebody's going to always have something for them. And that's not true.
Right. And then, y'all, we got to stop. I mean, not all of them ain't evil. All of them can't, like, you know, when we see things like this, it's like, oh, child, you done lost your mind. You killed your mama. That's evil. You know, but in most cases, they ain't evil. They just doing what they know. Because that parent let them get away with it over and over and over and over and over. Joseph, I told you, I've seen kids curse their mama out like a sailor on leave. What's that show we watch on TV? Chucky. You see how that girl talk to her mama?
But that's real.
It's
real.
That's real. That's how some of these white kids talk to their mama and daddy. They tell them, you kiss my ass. F you.
And you know what? And nowadays, it's some black kids too.
Yeah.
And I be shocked. I'm like, oh.
It's kids right now that beat their parent. Like they abuse their parent like their parent was like their boyfriend or girlfriend.
Well, if their parents let them, that's what they deserve.
Yeah, but what do you do, Joseph? What do you do? What do you do?
Because you fuck them up.
But that
ain't no always work. Gonna beat my ass. Because if you beating my ass, I'm gonna beat your ass.
That don't always work.
Then you getting the hell up out of my house and you going somewhere. Call the police. Call 911. Hide your kids. Hide your mama. Get the fuck out of my house.
But sometimes that don't work. Now I ain't bullshit. Let me tell you something. If I had a child. And my child raised their hand to me, that arm would be so broke. Because then that's when I would go to jail for child abuse. I pack your shit. See, if that was my child, I pack your shit and take you down to, no, I'm packing all your shit.
No, they don't have nothing. They don't have nothing if they didn't buy shit.
No, they can have it.
Going with what they came.
They can have it.
On their back.
I ain't packing, no, Joseph. Yeah, and that's cool if that's the way you want to do it. But see, this is what I would do. I'm packing your shit, and we going down to child services right now. I'm gonna tell them, if y'all don't take this little motherfucker, I'm going to kill him.
No, we ain't going to child services.
I'm gonna kill him.
I'm doing all of that. I'm taking you.
I don't mind paying child support or none of that. You know, because kids will take you there.
I ain't paying child support. I ain't doing nothing for that.
These kids will take you, and they will take you there. I've seen it. Like, I've seen a dude smack his mother silly, spin her.
Sure.
And she just got up off the ground and just like, ain't no big deal. Ain't nothing.
I couldn't even imagine.
I can't. Joseph. Like,
I ain't gonna lie, I had a mouth on me, but I ain't never thought. In all the mouth I had on me, I ain't never thought. Even one day when my mother was yelling at me and punching me in the chest when I was 21 years old. And she said, I know you want to hit me. I said, actually, I don't. And I said, why would you think I want to hit you? Because the look on your face. I said, no, look on my face. I want to curse you out. But I would never want to hit you.
Oh, Joseph, I looked at my mother like that one day, and she smacked me so hard.
Hey, best friend.
She smacked me so hard that my ear rung. She said, don't you ever look at me like that again. Because it was a look like, bitch, I will, girl. It was like,
no, yeah, because my mom,
you know what I'm saying?
I wanted to hit her, and I was like, I would never want to hit you. That I would never want to.
I have to keep on telling you.
Why are you looking at me like that? I said, because I want to curse you out.
I want to listen.
She popped me again.
Well, cursing out. I wanted my parents to die, but I would never do it. I would never do it with Joseph. How do you fix yourself up This boy stabbed his mother multiple times. How do you put yourself up to that? What is
Because Jamel, you again, you have to know the whole dynamic. And I'm not saying it's right to kill your parents.
Yeah, you do have to know the
I'm
whole
not
dynamic.
saying that. But sometimes these parents be doing shit and that's fucked up and think these kids ain't gonna do nothing back. And then when they're laying there dead,
I agree.
They're gagging.
But still, that's your parent. I don't care. It's like that's your the way I was raised, it's like, no, I don't think a child should put up with abuse, but killing your parent.
Well, I mean, there's other ways of them handling it, but I think because they feel it's their mother or their father, nobody's gonna believe them, or you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they could be going through that.
And then they take medicine, and then Jamal, people don't realize the mind, as strong as the mind is, the mind is also weak, because you can make a person snap real quick, or you can break. And because it's happened to me where I got into a rage and I stabbed someone, I didn't even realize what I was doing until after the fact, and I was like, oh my God, I stabbed him.
Yeah.
But at that point, it was too late. I could have killed him. I could be sitting in jail right now because I literally could have killed him where I stabbed him. And as many times as I stabbed him, and I was gagging because, honest to God, in my mind, I blacked out. He just got me to the point where I was so sick and tired of being sick and tired. And when the fight ensued, I completely blacked the fuck out. And when I snapped back into my reality, I was like, oh my God, what did I just do? I gagged. Like I gagged. It was never my intent to hurt him like that. But your mind can snap. And when your mind snaps and it just, you see black, there ain't no coming back from that until your mind comes back and you realize, what the fuck did I just do? Oh God. So that's why when people say they blacked out, they don't remember, because I've been in that place, I believe them a lot of the times, because you black out and you really don't remember what you just did. All you know is that you did it because you're standing there with a knife in your hand, him standing there, blood all over the motherfucking place. Well, who else did it but me? So it's crazy because I've been in that place where my mind just went pop and I reacted, and then when it came back to normal, I was gagging.
Charlotte, I ain't never had to come to no reality when it came to my parents. Like I told you, I hate my
parents. No, I'm not saying, but what I'm saying is,
but I would never do it.
No, what I'm saying is, it depends on, because like me in my situation, I had dealt with shit for months and months and months, a year, and it was just like, enough, I've had it. So what I'm saying is, if these kids, because they're a different breed than we were, if these kids deal with stuff over and over and over and over and over again, who knows? If it was abuse, she could have hit him and his mind snapped. And he was like, and then afterwards he gagged and like, oh my God, I killed my mother. Because
some kids kill you for saying, get out of my house. I mean, I've seen these kids, they have, and that's what I'm saying about corporal punishment. And that's what I'm saying about, you using corporal punishment, because you got to be careful, because you might create something that you can't control.
And Manny, you're right. There is no one answer. There could be so many factors.
It's not. He could have mental illness. It's like you said, mental illness is real. And you know what? To me, you got to have child. You got to be a schizophrenic, honey, to kill your mama. You that's just, for me. That's just like, your mother is your queen. Your father's your king, but your mother is your queen.
Everybody don't feel that way.
She is your queen.
But if your queen is constantly hurting you,
that's true, and
trying to destroy you mentally and verbally,
that's true. You
don't see, you know what I'm saying?
But that you got the queen. You got women. You got parents that will, Mom, I want a car. No, you're not getting caught right now. You're not responsible enough. You're not responsible enough. Well, if you know, and then you got girls that will say they have a 25-year-old boyfriend and they're 16, and they'll say to their mother, and I've seen it, Joseph. If you don't let him stay with me, I'm gonna run away.
You bye, bitch. That's when we married. Bye, bitch.
I'm like,
bye. See, people scared to bye, bitch. Bye. Bye.
Yeah, that's me. I'm like, you gotta go.
Go live with Lil Rob.
You gotta go. But even with that, Joseph, you could be creating a super monster.
And when you come back, don't be coming back with no baby.
You could create a super monster just by saying that, just by saying, get out of my house. You can create like that right there. This boy, he either had to be mentally ill or he had to just be plain out crazy. To hit his mama, to stab his mother multiple times. What does that look? I don't even want to know what it looks like.
And El Manning, you're right. Saying that that's still your parent. That's assuming they had that respect for their parents in the first place. That's assuming that their parents were good parents to them. Exactly. Because they didn't say, all they said was that the police was always at the house. So if the police were always at the house, then clearly something was wrong.
Yeah. And it sounds like the mom and the son was right. It sounds like the mom and son was right all the time. You know, it's like when do you as a parent draw the line and say no, you're not no, you're my child. My mom tell me that. My mother be saying, "You're my child. I will beat you into the new city." But I'm 53 years old. You know, some of these kids that's 5. Y'all starting them out. Y'all starting them out with that sense of entitlement. Because you have this sense, and I think this is what a lot of parents think. A lot of parents, when they have children, they feel like, I don't want my child to ever suffer for anything. I want them to have the same thing. Well, I want them to have better than what I had.
And that's fine, but half of them ain't. For me, these parents, a lot of these parents, they don't speak life into their children. Meaning, it's never, oh my God, you look pretty today. Oh my God, you're so handsome. Oh my God, whatever. They don't speak life into their kids. Their kids just exist and be around. When my sister's daughter's friends see how my sister interacts with her and plays games with her, and they sit down and play cards. And
now I see why my sister-in-law does what she does.
Yeah, and they help my niece's friends be like in a state of shock. Your mother plays cards with you. Your mother plays games with you.
Right.
Oh my God, this is so cool. Because at first they looking at my sister like she crazy, and then they'll start playing or whatever, and they'll start talking and what have you while they're playing, and they have a good time. But these parents don't do that no more because they don't want to be bothered. Right. Their life is so much more hectic than dealing with their kids that they let their kids go around. Then when something happens, oh my God, I didn't know little Tammy was doing this. Oh my God, I didn't know Bobby was into this. But when was the last time you talked to Bobby, sweetie? When was the last time you asked Bobby what was going on in his life?
Right.
When was the last time you spoke life into Bobby? Period. They don't do it. So in essence, I hate to see bad kids and stuff like that, but in essence, it's their parents' fault.
You have to go back to that. You always have to go back to that. It's like, but and believe me, we're not saying this to say that she deserved what she got.
Oh no, I'm not saying she deserves. Nobody deserves to die. What I'm saying is that I'm sure there's a whole lot of factors we don't know about that created him to be who he is, and that created him to decide, you know what, I'm gonna kill this bitch.
Right.
Or else, like I said, he could have just snapped and got tired of her. Whatever the case may be, because we could sit here and come up with scenarios all day long. At the end of the day, the woman didn't deserve to die. Nobody deserves to die. Nobody should pick up anything and try to kill their parents or even hit their parents for that matter. But one, it's the world we living in today because people want to just give their kids a phone, a tablet, and say, go be happy. They see all this shit on the internet and then they come home and try it. Because, oh, I saw this little Bobby girl, she cursed out her mother, or blah, 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 blah. Or the video like you did today on Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
That woman had nothing to do with nothing, but she just wanted to be an asshole.
Right.
And it's people like her that end up getting hurt because you just want to be an asshole and prove a point and be heard and be seen when nobody was talking to you in the first place.
Right.
So, it's a double-edged sword to me. I blame the parents at the end of the day for what the kids do. I mean, now if you do your thing as a parent, once we leave the house, when we get a certain age, it's up to us as kids, as adults. But at a certain point, I don't care what nobody says. If your child respects you when they're younger, they're going to respect you when they get older. It started from when they were kids, and it just escalates. Like I see people
I
now.
believe that. I believe that.
I see people now, and their kids are out of control at 4 and 5, and I'll be sitting there going, "Child, when they get 14 and 15, they gonna fuck you up."
Right. See, I had a cousin. My cousin Daryl. He's the oldest cousin that I have. And he had 3 brothers. I couldn't imagine. I couldn't imagine if he put his hands on his mom and killed her. Oh, I'm sorry. I was checking my sugar, guys. I'll be right back.
Right, if the tree is rotted, the leaves won't grow, no flowers are going to grow, nothing is going to grow. If the roots are dead, you ain't got no tree, period.
Oh, man, it said beating on a child isn't always the answer. People have actually raised children. They are raised by what they see online, and fear and songs.
But you know what, El Manning? To be all honest with you, I feel like this when it comes to like videos.
Well, those are excuses for doing what they do.
Well, no. I agree with what El Manning said, but I disagree at the same time. I agree because if you just letting them watch that and there's no explanation behind it,
right?
Then yes, it's influencing them.
Mm-hmm.
And I say it all the time, like with a lot of young girls and trans women, they see Nicki Minaj, they see Meg Thee Stallion, they see Cardi B, and they think that's what a woman is.
Right.
They think dressing like that is going to get them a man, and that you gotta be half naked to be sexy, and because that's what they see.
Right.
And the problem is, there's nothing wrong with dressing like that, and you can tell them there's nothing wrong with dressing like that when you at home with your man. But you don't walk the streets dressed like that because people gonna think you're a damn hoe.
Right.
And once you get the name of a hoe, you gonna keep it. Even if you ain't never hoed with nobody before. I done seen plenty of girls called hoes and they wasn't home with nobody. But I think if they watching stuff and seeing stuff and hearing stuff, you as a parent need to explain to them what they just saw, what they just heard, and explain to them that there's a time and a place to do this, or there's not ever a time and a place to do this. But people don't do that. They see it and they let them roll with it, and then all of a sudden they want to dress like this, they want to do this, they want to say this, they want to act like this, or I saw this online, so I'm going to do it too. There's no explanation behind it. I believe if there was an explanation behind it, that their whole mindset would change, because now they have a clue. They don't have a clue when they seeing what they see. They seeing it and they rolling with it, and ain't nobody said, well, you know what? You ain't gotta be half naked to be sexy. Honestly, I don't even find women sexy when they dress like that. I find them because I'm not turned on by a woman like that. Right. But I've seen plenty of women that was sexy. They had on a full dress. It was just tight. It was body hugging, form fitting. They wasn't naked. They were dressed. Their titties wasn't hanging out. And I'm like, damn, she's sexy. And everybody in the room was looking at her because she was just like, she oozed sexy. But these girls don't know that. They think they got to be half naked. shaking their ass every 5 minutes, twerking on everybody to be sexy, and that's not the case.
Right. What do we do?
They get raised by technology, and the problem is babies are raising babies. And when your mama 30 and you 15 and you just had a baby, that's a whole lot of babies raising babies.
Yeah, that's true.
And that's just realistic. I'm not reading nobody. I'm not trying to make nobody feel bad, but that's just realistic. How was a 30-year-old teaching a 15-year-old and a 15-year-old teaching a 1-year-old? How? 30, you just start living. But at 15, she almost half your age. So that's your best friend. Mm-hmm. And that's what's happening. They treat them like they're their best friend instead of their mamas.
Wow. I what do we do about it?
Wow, L. Manning. You see what L. Manning wrote? Put it on screen. And that's true. That's what happened. That's exactly what happens. That's exactly what happened. As soon as they can get out, they leave. Some people learn, and that's just like the same excuse they use for, like men use. Well, my father wasn't there, so I don't know how to be a daddy. Well, how about you do something different than your daddy did? How about, I mean, y'all, let me tell you, I'm still going to do my Joseph rant about my father and how I feel about the whole situation. But I always said if I had a child, I would never do my child the way my father did me. So I don't understand these dudes that, oh, my father wasn't there, so I don't know how to be a father. Well, how about you man up and do something different? Mm-hmm. How about you not leave your child so your child feels the same way about you that you felt about your father? Like, I don't understand why that doesn't click in their head. I don't understand why, if you want to use that as an excuse not to be a father. Granted, there are some women that make life miserable for men. Yeah. It is. And those are the ones that you need to take to court and get custody or partial custody or shared custody with her so that she can't give you grief and she can't manipulate you in any kind of way, form, or fashion. But they don't even want to do that. They don't even want to take the time because they'd rather just not be bothered. And then the women sitting back, oh, he don't want to be bothered with his child. He don't want. Did you ever stop think that maybe it's you, girl?
Right.
Did you ever stop think that maybe you making his life a living hell? Right. You sitting there giving him, don't bring that bitch around my kids. Don't this, don't that. Don't nobody want to hear that. When you have your child, all the niggas you around, you don't. He ain't got a problem with that. Mm-hmm. You bring your kids around. You let strange men babysit your kids, and then little Shay coming telling you somebody touched her. Because your dumb ass just met somebody 3 days ago and decided, I'm just going to the corner store. Can you watch the kids? I'll be right back. Mm-hmm. But this man can't bring his daughter around another woman. Or like that video where the woman cut out the little girl's hair because he went and had his girlfriend braid the little girl's hair nice and neat. And she get an attitude and she want to cut it out. Don't no man want to deal with that. Right. So they just don't be bothered with their kids. And here this man is trying to be bothered with his kids, and you acting a whole ass. You acting a whole ass. So it works both ways. And this is the things that kids have to deal with. Don't you think that little girl that got her hair cut out, I saw the video, she was screaming, Mommy, please, no, don't cut my hair. And the mother just, like, come on, that's trauma for the child. Right. So if that little girl would have slapped the shit out of her, then it would have been, oh, I can't believe she hit her mother. But look at what her mother was doing to her. I mean, it's all about respect. And people got to learn, I don't care if you're my mother, you're going to respect me the same way you want me to respect you. You're not going to just sit and yell and scream and curse at me or think that just because you my mother or father that I'm supposed to sit there and take it. Especially
what about the kids? So what? You're not gonna hit me. You're not gonna hit me. So what?
But you know, after a certain age, I mean, I done seen parents that
I gotta agree with
pop
my mom,
20-year-olds, and or they think they're going to, you're going to do what I say because I'm your mother. Okay, honey, I'm 30 years old.
I had
don't
a
have
friend.
to listen to you no more.
I had a friend. She was the same age as me. Her mother wanted her to move out. She said, "Well, you didn't move out. You didn't move out when Grandpa was here. You stayed in his house."
No, they think you're supposed to still listen to them because you 30 and 40. I'm your mother. I'm your father. Child, you can kick rocks. I'm going to do what I want to do. You can kick rocks. Because they always, that's that old time stuff. Just because, see, that's what happened in the 60s and the 50s. Jacob, that's what happened in the 60s and the 50s and stuff like that. They had that control. But now, you know, because I've watched people 40 years old, they're not, you're going to do what I say because I'm your mother. And I'll be sitting there like, if you don't check her and tell her you a grown-ass man and you do what you want to do, I wish a millionaire would. It's one thing to suggest, you know, Joe, I think you should try this, or I think you should do that. Don't ever tell me, I'm your mother and you're gonna do what I said. Because child, that didn't work when I was 6. So it damn sure ain't gonna work that I'm 50.
My mother, that's my mother. She'll tell me that. You're gonna do it. You're gonna do it. Because I'm your mother. You're going to do it. But see, I'm a different person. My mama can't say that to me now.
No,
Because I'm a
saying,
different
like,
person now.
My mother said that to me, but honestly, she said it jokingly because she knew I wasn't doing it. She knew. So my mother would say it jokingly to me because she go, you're going to do it because I'm your mother. Go ahead and say, so what? I don't care. I said, so what? I don't care. Because my mother knew it didn't work when I was 6, 7, 8, 9. So it ain't going to work when I was older. I just, you know what? I always just thought differently.
The smartest I ever got with my mother used to ground me all the time. She would ground me. And she would say, you're grounded for a week. And I would say, so? She said, you're grounded for another week. Big deal. All right, you're grounded for another week. And one day I got so sick and tired of her saying that, I said, go ahead, give me some more days. Because the more I'm in this house, the more I'm going to get on your damn nerves. Joseph, if my mother didn't take her hand and crack me upside the head, my mother jumped around my waist and would beat me on top of the head.
See, you know what? I guess once me and my mother had an understanding, like with me and you, you realize, don't tell him what to do.
Right.
If I don't tell him what to do, then
if I try to tell you what to do, you ain't doing it.
Right.
But if I ask you, it's
right. And when my mother and me, like, I never. My grandmother, on the other hand, was different. But my mother and me never honestly had problems until I got older and I started feeling myself. Then yes, we was bumping heads because I felt I was gonna do what I want to do, and she felt this is my house and you gonna listen or get the hell out. And I don't blame her for that. I don't. She was right, and I left and I moved out and I ain't never lived well ever again in my life. But honestly, I needed to move out. I'm being honest. I needed my own place. If I'm not going to listen, then I need to go. Right. If I don't want to listen, then I need to go. So I wasn't even mad at that. My grandmother, on the other hand, she was just like, "You're going to do what I say," and I would look up and be like, "Yeah, okay," and do whatever I wanted to do. She never, you know, because that's old school. So she would always beat me because it was, "Don't do that." Yeah, okay, girl. And I did it anyway. And it's just the dynamic that I had. Like, I just always have been a person. You're not going to.
If I would have did something like that, Joseph, I would have been here. I promise you.
No, but it's like, you're not going to. Like, I didn't say whatever, girl. Like, she said, "JoJo, don't do that." In my head, I'm like, yeah, okay, as soon as you turn your back on me, I'm doing it. As soon as she turned her back, I did it.
No, but Joseph, your relationship with your parent must be tumultuous if you stabbed her and killed her. That's just
Right. That's what I'm saying. Like, we don't know the dynamic behind why he did what he did.
The dynamic is obvious.
Now, I think you should keep following that story to see what else develops.
I am.
Because I'm sure, but see, again, that's hard because it's only one side of the story. So you can't, unless they get police reports and say why the police came out and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
But he can say whatever he wants right now.
Mm-hmm.
Because, you know, she can't say it's a lie. She can't give her side of the story. And I kind of hate stuff like that because it's always your side, my side, and the truth. And when you hear both sides, you can piece together the truth. But in this situation, but I still want to know, like, I still like to know what he said caused him to do that. Like, what made him snap? Because I'm gonna say snap because when you do something like that, you snap.
Yeah.
So
like in our eyes, we look at this brother must have been cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs.
Right, but something happened.
Something happened, child.
He ain't just to go to sleep one day and decide, you know what, I'm gonna kill this bitch on Thanksgiving. We ain't gonna have turkey. We gonna have my mother.
Like my ex, his daughter. I told you my ex, his daughter tried to kill him with knife. Remember I told you that?
Right.
And she was like waiting for me to say something. Like I had never said nothing out of line to this girl. Ever. Never said nothing out of line. I'm telling you, when she was 17, and about to turn 18, we were in the living room, and she said, and I'm gonna tell you what her exact words were. And see, this is how some of these kids think. She said, when I turn 18, I'm going to be able to say what the fuck I want to say. And when her birthday came, it was fuck you this and motherfucker that. And like every other word was imminent. Her father would just let it happen. I'm like, Vincent, are you kidding me? Are you really kidding me? You know?
And
I'm like, I was like, when I see kids acting like that and treating their parents like that, I cringe. I'm like, ooh. No.
And no. You're right. Because I've been there, it is a rage and it is personal. When I can agree with that.
That ain't nothing but
how
rage.
It was with me. It was personal and it was a rage that just came over.
No,
me.
Joseph, that was a temper tantrum you had.
Not when I stabbed him. Trust me and believe.
Oh no. I'm talking about your parent.
No. El Manning has said there is a rage if you stab someone that's personal. So I'm agreeing with her because when I stabbed him, it was a rage. It was a rage inside of me, and it took me out of reality for a minute. So I agree with her that to stab somebody is fucked up. To shoot somebody, you can do that quick because you just don't realize, oh shit, I pulled the trigger. But to literally stab someone, it takes what she said. It's a rage.
And see, Uncle Fred, you right too. That y'all is so many different scenarios. Because look, Uncle Fred said this child did not take well to discipline. Right. Because like I told y'all, I tell you parents all the time, be careful when you make the decision to use corporal punishment. Because it could backfire on you at a later time. It's like I said, those girls in Atlanta that killed their mother, they plotted. I mean, they waited for their mama to come home and they plotted. When she came in the house, they just started stabbing her. And they killed her. All just because she was like we was talking, Joseph, maybe you said, Jamel, you'll be in jail. And I'll be the good parent. There's a good parent and a bad parent. Their grandmother, let them do whatever they want to. Let them have whatever they want. They can talk on their cell phones. They can go live on Instagram and the whole nine. And these girls was like, they wanted to be with their grandmother, but the mother was like, no, you my child. They plotted, stayed home from school, plotted, and waited for their mama to come in the house and stabbed her, killed her, and acted like it wasn't no big deal. They went right back to school and acted like they was in school all day. It's that easy for them. For some of them. You got to be careful. You have to be careful in the upbringing of your children because you never know what you may create. You may create you may create
Maybe
something
monster.
that you ain't ready for. That can just like get you by surprise. I know when that knife went in her for the first time, she was like, I know this lady must have been in shock. Is my child killing me? It's like, man.
Right, Manny, I agree. You don't just start on 10. So the rage had to build up
Right.
over time.
Mm-hmm.
And he just got fed up or tired or whatever the case may be. I mean, the woman could have been a good mother. And she just told him, give me your cell phone. You've been acting up. And that just sent him into a rage.
Yeah,
give me my phone.
They will kill you over cell phone. There's been children that have killed their parents over cell phone.
Do it then.
Mm-hmm.
Hell, I want to kill Tremel when he be snatching my phone.
Yeah, Joseph have a fit shot. I take the phone, honey, and I take the phone and hide, and he'd be like, Tremel, give me
my
damn phone. And if you don't give it to me, Tremel, no, Joseph. No, I ain't giving it to Tremel. I end up having to give it to him because Joseph is like a big, and I love my husband. He's the biggest baby in the world, but he have a temper tantrum.
No, and to see the lesson I learned from stabbing somebody was to address situations as they happen. Not that I didn't always do that, but sometimes I would just hold back and not say things. And when you hold back and not say things, you can just start on 10.
Right.
Because the person can breathe the wrong way and you already at 10 because you done held all this shit in. And now they just gave you a reason to go from 0 to 100. And they don't even know why. But you know why because you've been holding all this stuff in.
Yeah. And that's what I mean, Uncle Fred. Uncle Fred, you absolutely right. You can't start when they older. And see, this is one of the biggest mistakes that parents make. They either start when they're older or when they're disciplining them, they don't stick to their guns. Like my friend Shay, she used to always put her son on punishment, like ground him. But then she wouldn't stick to her guns. She would put him on punishment. It had got so bad where he couldn't even go to school. She had to homeschool him. You know what I'm saying? And he was a smart kid, like he was an A student. But it was his attitude. Even when he got older, like I used to cringe when he used to talk to his mother. I'm like, Shay, why you let him talk to you like that? You know, Cameron, we was looking at her. I said, why you letting him talk to you like that?
Uncle Fred said, but why are you taking a grown man's phone?
Because Joseph, y'all, side story. My husband, he don't put that phone down, child. He sleep with it. Joseph fall asleep. Just like this. With that damn phone in his hand. I don't care where we go. We go to my mama's house. Joseph don't say no word. Joseph gonna find him a seat. And that's what he do. He on that phone. And I be talking to him, I be like, Joseph, y'all, but my husband is a big kid. I kid y'all not. My husband's a big kid and he's a male chauvinist. Joseph's a big male. He's a man, I call him a man chauvinist. Joseph is just a man chauvinist. You supposed to just be at his beck and call. And you supposed to just like, and I be like, Joseph, are you listening to me?
And I say yes.
Yes, I'm listening to you. Joseph, you can't possibly be listening. Jamel, I can do two things at one time. I can do it. I can do it, Jamel. I can do two things at one time. And I get so in my feelings about him not looking at me when I'm talking to him, I'll grab the phone from him, snatch it from him, and take it and hide it. That hasn't happened a lot. I haven't taken your phone in a long time. No, I didn't. Did I?
You did when we were in the bed. You snatched up my.
I was just playing.
I know.
I was just playing. But I'm talking like serious Joseph. I haven't taken your phone in a long time.
Oh no. Because I learned to look at you when you talk.
I'll say, and then I'll say to him, I'll say, there you go on that damn phone. I'll say that to him and he'll like put it down. He'd be like, Jamel, what is it? Because he know I'll snatch it. I will take it, honey, and I will leave in the car. And he can't call nobody, he can't do nothing. I'll leave it. Leave him right in here with no phone. He'd had a fit child. And then he get mad, he'd be like, Jamel, don't speak to me for the rest of the day. Don't speak to me for the rest of the day. Now give me my phone. No, I ain't ready to. It'd be serious up in here, child. It'd be serious up here. No.
Oh man, you're right.
Yeah, y'all. It gotta start. Listen, I agree. It has to start from day one with the child. Number one. Number two is you gotta stick to your because I'm still, and even with all this done happened, this boy that killed his mama, I still don't believe in child rearing. I don't believe in corporal punishment. I don't believe that hitting a child is the solution. I really don't. I believe that if you start from day one with your child and you discipline them in the correct way, they will become accustomed to that disciplinary action that you take, and they will get it. And you won't have to do that. See, because that's the goal, not having to do it. Not your child knowing that when you stick to your guns and say, you're grounded for a week, and you make them see, like my mother and father used to ground me too. You grounded for 2 weeks, you can't watch TV. Because that was my favorite thing to do. I used to love to watch TV. You can't watch TV. So, listen, after that, I was like, after a couple of times of that, I was like, oh no, honey. I can't. You ain't gonna take away my TV producer. I got to watch McGilla Gorilla. I got to watch Fred Flintstone in the afternoon. That's what the cartoon. And I got to watch Our Game and the Little Rascals and things and the Brady Bunch and the Brady Bunch
and the
Jetsons. Yes. So and my mother and father would stick to their guns. You was grounded. You was grounded. Period. Point blank. Y'all parents, y'all got to stick to y'all guns. Y'all got to say, listen, you're grounded. If you're grounded for a week, they're grounded for a week. If you tell them they can't go to this party, you got to make sure that they don't go to this party. Even if it takes you having to take away something that's fun for you. I've seen some parents say, okay, well, me and my husband, we wanted to go out. We had tickets to go to a play, but now we can't go because Joseph is grounded. And he ain't leaving this house, and I'm gonna stay home and make sure he don't leave this house. You gotta stick to your guns. You can't slack up. See, because when you do that, there's no lesson learned, and that child feels like, oh well, he's gonna ground me. He's gonna ground me for a week, but trust me, I'll be out in 2 days. It's like giving them, they're like they're on probation. Like you got probation counseling. I'll put on probation, child. Okay, she stayed home for two days. She had enough. But Joseph, you said that he was grounded for a week. You got to stick to your gun. No, Joseph. No, don't do that. No. Don't do that. You got to stick to your guns. See, because when you don't stick to your guns, now I'm not saying that always works, because then you still might have that kid that tell you, I can't stand you, I hate you, I hate you, I hate you, and whatever. You still can have that kid, even though you're just grounding them. You can still, that child can still turn out to be that child to be like, I'll kill you, bitch. But you might create a rage in a child if you discipline them in the wrong way. It can create a rage. And the rage could be that they must stab you to death. This woman, I remember hearing this story when I was living in Tennessee. This man sat down with his son and his mother, and he said to his father, I hate you. I want to kill you. He was only 10 years old. I want to kill you. His father said, you want to kill me? Here's the gun. Go ahead and shoot. The boy said, pop. Killed him. Killed his father.
Well, he told me.
Ain't feel no type of way about it or nothing. The boy just shot him and just turned around and walked away like it was no big deal. Mother standing there screaming her eyeballs out. Be careful. Be careful. You gotta be careful. Mm-hmm.
You know that.
Yeah, we can get on out of here, child. That's enough of talking about that, child. That right there is like, ooh, that's something.
Thank you all for joining us this morning.
Yes, thank you so much.
For Morning Talk with the King.
Yes.
Stay tuned tonight at 7:30 for Evening Talk with the King.
Yes.
It'll be a much lighter conversation.
It sure will.
And y'all know we had fun last night.
Yeah, we did. We had a lot of fun.
And please make sure you follow us on all social media platforms. That would be Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, and of course right here on YouTube. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. Share us out to a friend. If you want to become part of the McCray-Kingz Kingdom, definitely now, because everything is fixed. Hit that join button. Become a lord or a lady for $4.99 or a knight for $9.99. Again, if you were already a member and you had a silver membership or a gold membership, you have to subscribe again to either a lady, a lord, or a knight membership. YouTube cancels your membership because there is no more silver and gold.
Right.
Platinum, you automatically change to knight, so you should see a difference in your price next month. But everyone else got unsubscribed, so you have to join again. And meeting up, thank you for rejoining this morning when you saw Tramel earlier.
Yes, thank you.
Also, make sure you check out the McCray-Kingz Boutique for everything McCray-Kingz and Dare to Be Different.
And coming soon to Amazon.
Coming soon in 2022 to Amazon.
Yes.
So you get whatever you want on Amazon.
Yes.
Also, make sure you check out our podcasts on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, and Spotify, or anywhere you listen to podcasts. If you haven't already checked them out, there's quite a few that you will enjoy. The podcasts are a little different than the actual YouTube shows. A little more in depth. We go a little more in depth. We talk about a bunch of different stuff as well. And try it. You may like it. You may just be driving home or sitting around and want to hear the McCray-Kingz and don't want to watch us on YouTube or Facebook. So just listen to us on Spotify or Apple Podcasts or Google Podcasts.
Yeah.
And
our business number is right there on the screen. It's 212-278-9683. Yes, it's 212-278-9683. If you have a advertising that you would like to do, if you would like to book us for a speaking event, if you want us to host for an event, by all means, give us a call at that number, 212-278-9683, or you can email us at TheMKingz@gmail.com. Again, that is TheMKingz, that's Kings with a Z, at gmail.com. And also remember, today is Cash App, $5 Cash App. So send your $5 Cash App so we can help us pay these bills. We thank everybody that has.
I'm going to say it better. It's $5 blessing day.
Yeah, that's
send a $5 blessing. Yeah. You know, I got to do like the church people. It's $5 blessing day.
Yes, yes.
Sow a seed of $5.
Yes, yes, yes. Do that.
Come on up in the Lord's house. Yes, y'all don't want to get me started singing, honey.
Y'all
passing the offering. Don't passing the offering bucket around.
Yeah, if he start passing the offering plate, right? Y'all, he gonna get on your nerves.
Anyway, the Cash App is right there. $, the TheMKingz, and that's Kings with a Z at the end.
Yes.
Any donation you make to McCray-Kingz platform goes back into our platform
to help us grow.
Yes. And help us give you a better show than what you're seeing now.
Yes, and coming up this month, this December, the announcement of who's going to be on the King's Council. Oh, y'all, we got so many surprises for y'all for December and the new year. Oh, my God.
Woo! And also be on the lookout for Joseph's rant. I'm going to do a rant. And we're going to see how that goes.
Yeah.
But look out for Joseph's rant. I'm trying to decide whether I'm going to just pre-record it and put it out as video or actually go live and do it. Either way, I'm going to do a Joseph rant.
Yes.
But But anyway, y'all.
And y'all don't forget about Up Close and Personal. Don't forget about Up Close and Personal.
Please enjoy your day. Make it the best day ever. If nobody tells you they love you today, just know that me and Travell do, and there's nothing you can do about it but accept the love. And on that note, you know how we end every show. Walking in love, peace, sunshine, and happiness. We'll see you tonight at 7:30 Eastern Standard Time.
Yes.
And please, you know what it is by now. You're probably going to say it with us, but it's what?
Tim McCray.
All damn day.
Talk to you guys tomorrow or tonight.
Later.